Welcome to Whispering Reapers, where the shadows whisper secrets that'll claw at your soul. I'm your host, and tonight I've got something bone-chilling. 4 scary, true sleepover stories that'll make you dread the dark. These aren't kiddie ghost tales, they're raw, twisted, and soaked in fear. So grab your blanket, kill the lights, and let's plunge into 4 scary, true sleepover stories. Here we go. I was 13 when it happened. It was my first real sleepover, me and 3 friends, Jake, Mia, and Sarah, at Sarah's house. Her place was big, old, with high ceilings and a musty smell like damp wood. We set up in the basement sleeping bags, snacks, a flickering TV playing some slasher flick. Around midnight, we got bored and played Truth or Dare. Mia dared Sarah to open the closet door across the room, a narrow, warped thing with peeling paint locked with a rusty bolt. Sarah laughed, said it was just storage, but her eyes flicked nervously. She slid the bolt back, and the door creaked open. Inside was pitch black, no shelves, no boxes, just a void that swallowed the light. Then, we heard it, a soft giggle, high and girlish, echoing from the dark. We froze. "Who's there?" Jake yelled, but the giggle turned into a hum, like a lullaby sung through gritted teeth. Sarah slammed the door shut, her face pale, muttering, "It's nothing, probably the wind." But it wasn't over. An hour later, as we tried to sleep, the humming started again, closer, right behind the closet door. I sat up, heart pounding, and saw the bolt was undone. The door cracked open an inch. Something pale flickered in the gap, a finger, long and crooked, scraping the wood. I nudged Jake, whispering, "You see that?" He did. We all did. Mia shone her phone light and the finger jerked back, but the humming turned into a wet, choking sob. Sarah bolted upstairs, screaming for her mom, but the basement door wouldn't budge, locked from the outside. We banged on it, yelling until the sobbing stopped. Then came footsteps, light, uneven, like a kid stumbling toward us. The TV flickered off, plunging us into dark, and a smell hit rot, thick and sour, like something dead had festered in there. My flashlight caught her, a girl, maybe 10, standing in the room. Her skin was gray, peeling off in strips, eyes black pits dripping dark down her cheeks. Her mouth stretched too wide, showing jagged teeth, and she hissed, "You let me out!" We screamed, scrambling back, but she lunged, fast, clawing Mia's leg. Blood sprayed as Mia shrieked, her ankle torn open. Jake swung a broom, hitting her chest. She crumpled, her body twitching, splitting open like wet paper, spilling black goo across the floor. It stank, burning our noses, and the puddle crawled toward us, bubbling. Sarah's mom unlocked the door, bursting in, and the thing was gone. No girl, no goo, just Mia's bloody leg and scratches on the closet door. The cops called it a prank, but the claw marks were too deep, and Mia's wounds got infected. Doctors found human saliva in them. Sarah's family moved out. The new owners found a kid's shoe in the closet, caked in dried blood. I can't sleep over anywhere now. Every creak sounds like that giggle. I was 14, crashing at my cousin Tyler's place with our friend Ethan for a sleepover. It was summer, hot as hell, and we dragged mattresses into his living room under the AC. Tyler's house was a squat brick thing on a dead-end street, walls always damp. We were up late swapping dumb scary stories when Ethan pointed at the wall behind me. "What's that?" he whispered. I turned, a shadow, tall and thin, stretched across the plaster. No head, just arms and legs, like a stick figure in black. We laughed, probably a tree outside, right? But the windows were shut, curtains drawn, and the shadow didn't move with the light. Tyler flicked the lamp off and on and it vanished, so we shrugged it off. Around 2 a.m. we crashed, lights out, but I couldn't sleep. Something felt wrong. Then I heard a low scrape like nails dragging down the wall. I opened my eyes. The shadow was back, bigger, above my mattress. Its arms were longer, bent at weird angles, reaching down. I elbowed Tyler awake, whispering, "Look!" He saw it, and Ethan bolted upright, swearing. The shadow twitched, splitting into 2, like it was peeling apart, and a second one slid onto the ceiling, crouching over us. The air got heavy, stinking of burnt hair, and my chest tightened like something pressed on it. Ethan snapped a pic with his phone, but the flash made it worse. The shadows lunged, smearing across the walls like ink, and cold, sharp fingers brushed my neck, wet with something. We scrambled to the kitchen, slamming the door, but the scraping followed, louder, faster, clawing the wood. Tyler's dog Max barked upstairs, then yelped and went silent. The lights flickered and black tendrils seeped under the door, curling like smoke. Ethan swung a frying pan and they hissed, retreating, but the walls groaned, cracking as if something huge pushed through. I called my mom, begging her to pick us up, but the line screeched and died. At dawn, it stopped. The house was trashed. Claw marks on the walls, Max's collar shredded in the hall, blood on the stairs. No body, though. Tyler's parents blamed us, but Ethan's photo showed those shadows. Arms tangled around us, faces forming. Eyeless, screaming. We burned the phone after that. I still see that shadow in corners stretching toward me when I'm alone. I was 15, at a sleepover with my best friends, Liam and Zoe, at Zoe's apartment. It was a cramped, fifth-floor place with peeling wallpaper and an off vibe. We were bored, scrolling creepy TikToks, when Liam found this summoning game online. Light a candle, prick your finger, drip blood on a mirror, ask a question. Dumb, but we were hyped. Zoe had a cracked hand mirror and we huddled in her room, giggling as Liam lit the candle and stabbed his thumb with a pin. He smeared blood on the glass, smirking. "Who's here with us?" The flame flickered. Nothing. Zoe rolled her eyes, but the mirror fogged up like breath on a cold day. Words scratched into the mist. "I am." My stomach dropped. Liam laughed, thinking it was a trick, but the candle flared, spitting wax, and the mirror bled, red trickling from the crack, pooling on the floor. It wasn't Liam's blood. It was too much, too dark. We backed away, but the puddle moved, stretching into thin, trembling fingers. Zoe screamed as they grabbed her ankle, yanking her down. Her skin blistered where it touched, bubbling like acid, blood seeping from her leg. I smashed the mirror with a lamp. It shattered, but the pieces floated, spinning, reflecting us. Our faces wrong, mouths torn open, eyes gouged out. A voice hissed from everywhere. "You called me." Liam threw the candle and the flame exploded, scorching the carpet. The fingers retreated, but the room shook, furniture slamming against walls. Zoe's arm gashed open, flesh peeling back, and she cried, "Make it stop!" We dragged her out, locking the door, but the mirror shards slid under, cutting our feet, blood slicking the hall. The voice laughed, wet, choking, and the lights died. Her parents found us at sunrise, Zoe half conscious, her leg a mess of burns and cuts. The room was wrecked, mirror dust everywhere, and the blood tested human, not ours. They sealed it off, but Zoe won't talk. She stares at reflections, whispering, "It's still here. I can't do sleepovers anymore." Every candle flicker feels like it's watching. I was 16, at my friend Ravi's sleepover, with our buddies Tara and Kyle. It was winter, and Ravi's house sat alone on a wooded hill, a creaky two-story with big windows that rattled in the wind. We'd piled into his attic room, old board games, a flickering lantern, and a Ouija board we found under the floorboards. Tara dared us to use it, and after some arguing, we did. Hands on the planchette, we asked, "Who's here?" It jerked fast, spelling WATCHING, then stopped. We laughed. Nerves, right? But the lantern dimmed and a chill sank into the room. Around 1 a.m., as we played cards, Tara screamed, pointing at the window. A face pressed against the glass, pale, eyeless, with skin like melted wax, sliding down its skull. Its mouth gaped, a black hole dripping red, and its hands, long, bony, with nails like knives, clawed the pane, cracking it. We were 3 stories up, no ledge, no way anything could be there. Kyle grabbed a hockey stick, yelling, "Get out!" but it slammed its head against the glass, shattering it. Blood sprayed inward, soaking the cards, and the smell hit, rotting meat so thick I gagged. It crawled in, slow and jerky, its body twisting like a broken doll. Bones snapped as it moved, skin splitting to show raw muscle underneath, oozing black. Tara swung the lantern. It smashed against its chest, flames licking up, but it didn't scream, just grinned wider, fire eating its flesh. I grabbed the Ouija board and threw it at the thing. It caught it mid-air, crushing it, and whispered my name, Alex, in a voice like drowning screams. We ran downstairs, but the stairs buckled, wood splintering as if it chased us. In the living room, every window showed it, dozens of those faces, clawing, bleeding, glass cracking under their weight. Ravi's arm got slashed when one broke through, flesh hanging in strips, blood pooling fast. We barricaded the door with a couch, but the walls shook, and that voice echoed, "You woke me." The air burned, stinking of sulfur. and Tara's eyes bled, red tears streaming as she clawed her face, screaming it was inside her. Dawn saved us. The faces vanished, leaving shattered windows, Ravi's arm mangled, and blood everywhere. Human, not ours. Cops found claw marks on the attic beams and a burned Ouija piece with Alex carved into it. Ravi's in therapy, Tara's blind in one eye, and I hear that voice every night, see that face in every reflection. It's waiting. And there you have it, Reapers. 4 scary, true sleepover stories to haunt your soul. The girl in the closet, the shadow on the wall, the game that bled, and the face in the window. Which one's got you sleeping with the lights on? Drop it in the comments. I want to feel your fear. If these nightmares hit hard, smash that like button, subscribe to Whispering Reapers, and ring the bell for more terrors to stalk you. Until next time, sleep tight, or don't.